Well, it's always amusing when politicians make sanctimonious declarations about weeding out corruption and then moments later do exactly the opposite. You'll recall that during the election campaign, Scott Morrison said he wasn't in favour of a new federal corruption commission, to which Anthony Albanese snidely said, quote, "Why do you fear an anti-corruption commission? What is it you're afraid they will find?" Well, today we could ask Albo the same question. As soon as he got into office, Albo scrapped the Australian Building and Construction Commission, which investigates, among other things, union thuggery on building sites. One of the biggest defenders against the ABCC's investigations is the CFMEU, a major Labor donor and supporter. The most recent charge against a CFMEU officer in September last year was for allegedly taking bribes from a Chinese construction company for favourable treatment from the union's members. Albanese also wound back conditions introduced last year by the previous government requiring super funds to disclose what they had spent their members' money on before their annual general meeting. Well, that's a curious compromise in the management of hard-earned retirement funds of working Australians, don't you think? To paraphrase you, Albo, why do you fear such disclosures? What is it you're afraid they will reveal? Former Queensland Senator Amanda Stoker has written incisively about this in the Financial Review, and she joins me now. Amanda, thanks for joining me.
Lovely to be with you.
Amanda, you call this a, quote, masterclass in the politics of diversion. Can you elaborate on that? Why is the public's attention being diverted, and why is this a masterclass?
Mr. Albanese went into the election pretending to be Mr. Integrity. He pretended that because the coalition wanted to see checks and balances on any federal ICAC type body, that they had something to hide, when in fact it's a fundamental principle of liberty, for instance, that all people should be equal before the law. But while he's virtue signalling on the integrity front, and people are distracted with the idea that they don't like politicians and think they should all have the book thrown at them, he is at the very same time taking away accountability measures that make the construction industry safe, make it productive, make it a place where people can get a job done for the price they contracted, make it a place where people from all walks of life can freely associate. And at the same time, he's taking away accountability and transparency measures on the super industry, all of which were put in place to make sure that mum and dad super investors could make informed decisions about what happens to their money. You can't be pretending in one forum to be Mr. Integrity whilst at the same time taking away measures that are in place to ensure integrity. The hypocrisy involved in that is why I'd suggest it's a masterclass in the politics of diversion.